Passengers linked to the ship with Hantavirus disembarking from boat. Kodak Black released on bail, and Rick Ross disses Drake during his Verzuz match. All of this and more on today's episode of IFC News.
Weatherman with that money, I make it rain on 'em. Weatherman with that paper, I make it rain on 'em.
I'm JB.
And I am Jim, the weatherman.
And today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2026. Welcome to IFC News. What's up, Jim?
Pretty good. How you feeling?
I'm good. I heard you was rolling loud this weekend.
Yeah, shouts to everybody at Rolling Loud. Shouts to Playboy Cardi for hosting me and my son. We had an extremely hell of a time. I don't even know if that matched, but nah, it was good. I got to walk around Rolling Loud, which was new for me. I was walking around with a wash rag over my face. That helped a little, not too much. I still had to take a million photos. My feet were hurting by the time we finished walking to all the different stages.
What shoes did you have on?
I had on Air Force Ones. That, you know, they're not the most comfortable thing to walk in too long. Got to see some artists. It was dope. It was a dope experience to be there as a fan or a spectator, should I say?
Yeah.
No
stress. You was just chilling.
We was just chilling.
that.
They were scared for me to go, and they wouldn't even let me go into. When I told them I wanted to walk with my son around, there was a whole thing like, wait, bro, you just can't.
Oh, you was trying to be a spectator for real, for real. You thought you was just gonna walk the grounds like a regular person.
Yeah, they were just like, and then they was like, are you sure? Like.
Look at, cause you got a whiff of the regular life and was like, maybe I could.
It was half regular.
Okay, the half regular life.
It was half regular.
Okay, and you was like, maybe you felt like you wanted a little bit more.
Yeah, it was cool. But I love it. Thanks for everybody Rolling Loud. If you missed it, you can go on a bunch of platforms and watch it. But I had a ball up close and personal. It was on stage. We was in the pit, backstage. I think my son had a ball. Now, let's see what's going on in the news this week, this past week. And Daily News says, no chance. Knicks never let up on Sixers in Game 4, finishing the sweep and booking a ticket to the conference finals. This is lit. We need this. This is so lit. I've been wanting this since high school, even before that. This is the New York Post. It says, kabroom! Knicks destroy 76ers in historic series sweep to reach conference finals. Shouts to Knicks. Knicks tape, that's what they like to say. The Wall Street Journal says, Hantavirus, cruise passengers head for home as ship docks. Iran war is casting shadow on China summit. There's always wars going on in the Wall Street Journal. The New York Times says, huge layoffs as Iran business buckles in war. For the New York Times. It's two sides of the news.
War in basketball.
War in basketball. Sounds
All right.
about right.
The cruise ship linked to the Hantavirus outbreak has docked in Spain's Canary Islands, and the first passengers to disembark from the ship have flown from Tenerife to the country's capital, Madrid. Passengers were moved to a military hospital where they will be monitored. Some passengers and crew will be evacuated from the ship and taken to their home countries.
Scary.
I mean, should we be scared?
I believe so. I mean, the funny thing is they be saying these viruses like this is something that's cool. Like the Hantavirus, like we've been through this before. We've never heard about the Hantavirus before. And now they had people stuck in the water because they were scared to let them dock. Countries didn't want to take them. They finally found a country to take them. They're disembarking these passengers. They don't know who's actually infected or who's not, but I believe they have the ones that show symptoms. Doesn't mean that symptoms can't be shown after they get off of the boat.
Right.
We don't know where all these people come from. We've seen a lot of movies. We just went through the COVID process.
We just now are for real getting back.
And we see how rapid
That can spread.
fast and vast. So yeah, we should be nervous, but once again, we have to see how this thing plays out. I want to see if they're going to give us another shot that we need to take.
I just want to say one thing. If it turns into a COVID-19 situation, right, where we in the house and it's time to sign up for them PPP loans, I'm signing up this time. I missed out on it during COVID-19. Many people got away with millions. I'm not missing.
Many people did it.
Many people did.
Many people did it. So just kind of 6-7 on that one.
6-7.
It's people
I'm
that's
just
getting,
saying, I'm
there are
signing
people that's
up.
getting locked up right now.
No. I'm not gonna go to jail. I just want the money. You know, not the jail time. Okay. In an update to the death of influencer Ashley Janae, her fiance Joe McCann has been cleared.
Wow.
To return to the U.S. He has been given back his passport and is set to return home following Ashley's shocking death.
Wow.
Joe was never arrested in connection to her death and stayed in Tanzania for a month, cooperating with the authorities. The influencer's family reportedly has not heard from McCann since her death, and there is no word if he is still being considered a suspect in her mysterious passing.
Wow. I wonder if he will get picked up when he lands back in the United States, because things like that do happen.
Things like that do happen.
So.
I mean, I think, it's just an interesting story. And so many things happen abroad, Like there's been so many like wild stories of people like traveling with a significant other or with a fiance or somebody, and they just end up gone, just dead.
Making it back.
And not making it back?
The whole thing is suspicious. I mean,
I agree.
I don't want to put too much on a man that has been cleared of whatever they seem to be cleared where there was at, but I do believe there's some things that needs to be explained to the family. So I hope that gets figured out, and I hope they actually find the person that has done the crime if it wasn't him. But I believe it's a little fishy.
I will say what is done in the dark comes to the light. Kodak Black was recently arrested in Florida in relation to drug trafficking charges.
Wow.
Police found multiple items, including cough syrup, marijuana, and MDMA. Kodak was released on a $75,000 bond due to his past criminal history, which includes 12 felony arrests. The rapper has to abide by some strict court-ordered conditions during his conditional release.
Okay, did they tell you that these items were not in his possession?
Tell us more, Jimothy.
I don't know everything that was at hand, but it seems it says that these items were not in his possession, but there's his fingerprints or his DNA they found on these items.
So he's complicit.
I mean, he was one place. The items were another place, I believe. Was said so, and his fingerprints were on the said so items.
I mean, what I think is probably also not helpful is that we see so many online, like I see so many videos online of him like struggling through concerts or like not being what appears to be in the best state to like just make this even more believable. So it's not that you would see this story and be like, Kodak Black,
but
no,
drug trafficking and drug
trafficking
use
is crazy. Drug trafficking is wild.
And drug use are two different things. So yeah, I believe so. From what we see on camera, it may seem that he may need some help with drug abuse.
Yeah.
I don't think he is drug trafficking.
I don't think he's trafficking.
Because he is a very rich young black man. Way rich. A lot of rich. So. Shouts to Kodak Black. Hope you figure out your troubles, and I hope you find.
Same. Hope he gets the help that he definitely deserves.
If you need help, because I don't know personally what you're going through, but seems so, young brother. So
Rapper Rick Ross recently dissed Canadian rapper Drake during his recent Verzuz against French Montana. As the rapper went to perform his song Aston Martin Music, he announced to the crowd that he wanted to perform the song without Drake's vocals. Now, when the song got to the hook, Ross told the crowd, y'all seen that little man part. Rick Ross reportedly lost the Verzuz to French Montana 10-9, but fans are saying that Drake was the real loser of the battle. How y'all saying that man lost and he wasn't even there?
This is crazy.
This is crazy. Why Rick Ross and Drake beefing? What do you know? You know them?
I know them. I don't know their problems. I know both of them. I know they've done great music together. I've known them to be great friends for what we can see on the camera like everybody else. I don't know, man. Shouts to Drake, man. Shouts to Ross. I see Drake's been going through a lot of hate this past year. So I don't know exactly, but shouts to Drake and Rick Ross. I love them both dearly. I've been in a place where I've had problems with people in this industry.
Really? You?
Yeah.
Problems?
Sometimes.
That is crazy.
It's not unheard of, so I can understand. But shout out to those two individuals. They make incredibly dope music. I'm a fan of both of them. So hopefully they figure it out. But the Verzuz was dope. Shout out to Swiss and Timberland for creating Verzuz, a platform for artists to come on, have fun, shine, be competitive all under one roof, and give the people a hell of a show. It's a great platform for entertainment. Shout out to the Locks. I owe you one. We ain't forget.
Ooh.
Chippy, right? That's what my man Styles P like to say. Yeah.
The U.S. State Department is cracking down on parents behind on child support. Parents owing more than $2,500 are now at risk of their passports being denied or revoked.
Damn.
The crackdown officially began May 8th, and the first order of business is cracking down on parents who owe more than $100,000 in back child support and will eventually expand. Now, if you owe $100K
How did we get here?
on child support
How did we get
and
here?
you on that plane to the DR, they should crack down. Come get them from the airport. Lock them right there and then, okay? Don't let them on. Matter of fact,
You sound
matter
like,
of fact,
you sound like a baby mother.
whoa. First of all, I'm a wife and a mom. I'm not a baby mama. But what I'm saying
Yes,
to you
but
is...
you're talking from a baby mama's perspective.
Well,
and
what perspective are you talking
I don't
from?
like it.
What's your perspective?
You don't know these men's situation. You don't know if the baby mother was not you don't know the headache these men have to go through sometimes to you know what I mean? Like, you don't know the trauma that the mothers put black men through. Not even just, I'm talking about men in period.
Babe,
the
I don't
stuff
care
that
about
we
your
have
headache.
to,
If the
the
court
stuff
say
that
you
we
owe
have
me
to
these
go.
funds, run it.
You're definitely talking like from a
Run
baby
it.
mother. Well, to my dismay, if any father owes any amount of money for child support, you definitely out of pocket. The first thing you should be doing is taking care of your kids. That is the first rule of being responsible as a man, is take care of your shit. I don't know how you run up a $100,000 bill, but hopefully you can fix that. But I believe that all parents has a responsibility. Like, you know what I mean? If you have kids, you should take care of them.
Correct.
I don't know about the child support. I don't advocate for parents going to family court, because that's a thing that the child has to see both of these parents going through, when I think this could be handled in a civilized manner and come to the table and figure out how both can make this thing work. As a father, you shouldn't even have to come to the table. Whatever you need to do, just make it happen. Put the money in the mailbox, do whatever, take care, buy the stuff, drop it off. Like, there should never be a gap where you should be asked why you didn't take care of your kid. And then there are some situations where fathers don't have it. In that case, I would suggest you spend your time as much with that kid to show him that's all that you have, but spend that time in a positive manner so that he can grow up a little bit better than you did.
And just to be clear, I feel like baby mamas and baby daddies should be arrested. Lock them all up. If the
100%.
baby mama owe the money, get her too. The baby daddy, get them all.
100%. And there's a lot of negligent baby mothers out there that use this money for the wrong reasons also, and not necessarily take care of the kid the way the kid needs to be taken care of, but they never get penalized because we never get to take them to court for those charges. But we don't have to. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, moving on, New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani announced a $2 million expansion of the neighborhood internet program. The expansion will bring free high-speed Wi-Fi to low-income families in the Bronx and Upper Manhattan.
Dope.
And the program is in partnership with the New York Public Library.
Upper Manhattan.
Huh?
Harlem.
The program is in partnership with the New York Public Library and is set to connect more than 700 households by this summer, eventually expanding into the thousands. So Harlem and the Bronx.
Yes, because what is Upper Manhattan?
Harlem.
Thank you.
Harlem and the Bronx. Now, I think this is wonderful. I think this is a great plan. I think that it will be a greater plan when it is extended to all of the boroughs in all of New York, because there are people that live in Brooklyn who can't afford Wi-Fi. There are people that live in Queens who can't afford Wi-Fi. There are people that live in Staten Island, Long Island, that can't afford to be able to get their kids.
Wi-Fi is the new phone bill.
Wi-Fi is the new phone bill, for sure.
It definitely crept up on us. We had no idea this would be a new cost that we would start having to need, and we need it.
Right, and we need it. So I think this is a great start. I just say keep going. Don't stop at Harlem and the Bronx.
Definitely. All inner city communities should have access to Wi-Fi, actually.
Right.
These kids need to be in the loop of what's going on. They can maximize their opportunities to making a better life for themselves.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. The United States Postal Service is considering allowing people to ship handguns through the mail. For the first time in almost 100 years, a new rule has been proposed under the Trump administration.
Okay.
The Department of Justice is calling the law passed in 1927 unconstitutional and arguing it violates the Second Amendment. The DOJ is urging the Postal Service to change its regulations. Democratic attorneys are in opposition of the proposed change. Here's the thing. Y'all trying to get y'all trying to get guns to be shipped in the mail
It's crazy.
when we not even sure that in 2027 there is going to be enough funding for the United States Postal Service to even work. So let's focus on the priorities. Before y'all put them guns in the mail, let's just make sure we can actually get mail. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I get my Christmas cards in the mail? Y'all trying to ship a gun?
How does this work? Like, yo, UPS, I just brought the new 4.5. My shit ain't pop out. Your shit ain't pull up. I know you only steal my gun, UPS. Like, yo,
It's
bro,
at your door.
How is this going to work, bro? Like,
The gun is at your door.
Yeah, like how is it gonna work when you're getting an AK delivered to your house with a UPS driver that might take a chance at this not using the AK to try to do a kick door because he's at a mansion? I don't understand this delivering gun situation.
Delivering guns
is
in the mail
wild
is
to me.
wild.
The wildest
ridiculous.
thing ever. The way these kids are scamming and bamming. You think this is deep. Y'all want to ship guns like?
It's over for us.
Yo, put this gun. Yo, put this.
I'm
put
gonna
this-
lick a
Put this
stamp
effing in
and get this gun?
Yo, put this in the mailbox and ship. No, I'll be shipping my shit right in the mailbox. I just put the big FNN in the mailbox, sent it to the homie. Like, how is it? All right, cool.
I don't understand.
FNN in the mail is wild work. I promise you.
Let's not. Whatever. Let's not.
Yeah, let's just keep it at the stores. The
please.
stores is wild enough, but let's just keep things the way they are right now. Like, we don't need that.
Okay. Up next on IFC, we check in with Courtney Tate about a few things going on in the world of sports.
Thanks, JB. We have a lot to get into today because the NBA playoffs, Giannis trade watch, and the WNBA season opening with fireworks. Oh my goodness, there's so much to unpack. So we'll start with basketball, just giving us everything right now. Let's start with a potential Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. So, according to a shams bomb, as we have to call it now, the Bucks are once again willing to take calls on the two-time MVP ahead of the NBA draft, and the ask: a young blue chip talent, a surplus of draft picks, or both. Now, listen, Giannis is already one of the greats. No question about it. He's a champion. He's a two-time MVP. He's a franchise-changing player. So if he does move, this isn't going to be just a regular trade. This is a league-shifting move. But here's where it does start to get tricky. Giannis has a player option for the 2027-28 season. So if teams have to ask themselves, are we giving up the whole farm for a player who may not even commit to us long term? That's the real issue. And from Giannis's side, I absolutely get it. He wants to compete for a championship again. He wants a real roster around him. And as of recent, he's been recently frustrated with how Milwaukee has just handled parts of the season, including his health and last season late minutes. But there are two sides to every story, of course, because if the Bucks were trying to protect him from further injury, that also matters. So the question becomes, is Giannis healthy enough to continue and compete in the final and be a final piece for a championship contending team? And if he is, where would he go? And if you're Milwaukee, where do you send him that you'll actually feel like you maximize his value? Boston's name has come up in the rumor mill. The Knicks, Lakers, Cavs, Timberwolves, those have all been connected into the rumor mill as well. But let's talk about Boston specifically. I'm not up for breaking up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just to chase the idea of adding Antetokounmpo. Yes, Giannis is a special player, but the Celtics core has already proven that it can win, even though we witnessed a bit of a little tumultuous end to their season. So unless something happens to change on Jaylen Brown's end, with his own desire to be in Boston, the Celtics should probably answer the phone, hear the price, and then keep it pushing. Now, let's get into what's happening currently on the floor still. We have our first team in the conference finals. The New York Knicks, 4-0 sweep, get the brooms out. They didn't just beat Philly. They absolutely annihilated them. They walked them down. Knicks swept the 76ers with the 144-114 win in game 4. That's not just hot shooting. This is a team making a statement. And the craziest part is it felt like a home game for New York in Philadelphia. Josh Hart even said he used to think Philly was a sports town because Knicks fans had basically taken over the entire building. It's nasty work if you're a Philly fan. And now the Knicks are sitting back waiting on the winner of Detroit and Cleveland. Now, let's go out west. The Thunder are still looking like the team to beat. And for the Lakers, game 3 is pretty much everything for them, because if they don't win game 3, just go ahead and wrap it up now. I'm sorry, but you cannot give the top-seeded reigning champions a 3-0 lead and think you're going to come back from that. OKC is far too deep. They're too disciplined. They're too dialed in right now. So for LA, this is not just a game 3. This is really their season is on the line. Now, something that has just been warming up my heart in the NBA right now, there's Anthony Edwards, and this is why we love sports, right? So on Sunday, Mother's Day, Ant dropped 36 points on Mother's Day to help Minnesota beat San Antonio 114-109 and tied the series 2-2. And after that game, he said he just really wanted to win for his mom. As you know, if you don't know, his mother passed away from cancer in 2015. His grandmother passed away just months later. So to see him play with that purpose at the forefront, this feels bigger than just basketball right now. You know, the media loves to talk about Ant not being PR trained so much, but the story, this one right here, is one of the most heartwarming in the league. And in that fourth quarter, he was special. That game may have saved Minnesota's season. Now, while the NBA playoffs are just nonstop bringing in the drama right now, the WNBA opening weekend came in with a loud bang too. The 2026 WNBA season opened with some real action. And first of all, Phoenix went into Las Vegas on ring night, mind you, beat the Aces 99-66, 33-point win. And on ring night, again, mind you, that feels disrespectful, but in the best way. Dallas also made a statement win over 107-104 win over Indiana. And that matchup gave fans exactly what they were looking for. Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark going at it. This is good for the league. It's good TV, good for everybody. But let's talk AZ FUD. Only 3 points in the season opener. Now, Paige did show some love on social media, probably to boost her confidence a little bit, saying basically those are the first points of many. Well, we all have to hope she's right? Because Dallas fans are going to want to see that number also pick up, as they are picked the number 1 pick in Seattle, over some bigs that they could have had in their lineup. So it's early, very early in her career right now, but the pressure is on. You are the number 1 pick, AZ FUD. So it is time to start showing the fans that they made the right choice. So whether it's the honest watch or the Knicks looking like a real team and a threat on the East, or the WNBA just opening up with fireworks, basketball is in a crazy place right now. Storylines are stacked up, stars are showing up, and honestly, this is why we watch. JB, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Courtney, so much. Basketball is so exciting right now. This is my favorite. This is my favorite time of the year. Like, I can't watch the regular seasons, but like the semifinals and the finals, tag me in, okay? And now our feel-good story of the day. Former NBA player J.R. Smith has graduated from the North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University with his bachelor's degree. The NBA champion joined the golf team while attending the HBCU. And Smith isn't just stopping there with his current degree. He plans on stacking more degrees and hopes to become the athletic director of the university. Congrats to Smith in the 2026 graduating class at A&T, and Aggie pride to all of those graduates. Up next, we have your favorite weatherman, Jim Jones, to let us know what's going on with the weather this week.
Ta-da! What's up, my people? I am the weatherman, Jim. This is the Drip Report, brought to you by Playmaker. If the plays don't get made, then we don't get paid. Now, you know the show is all about getting you dressed for the weather, and when it comes to that, I got you covered like the hoodie on my head when it's raining. There's gonna be some of that this week. But before we get into the weather, let's get into the drip. Today I kept it light. I had a very long weekend. Shouts to Rolling Loud. I had a ball. Boom. On the bottom, good pair of Air Max. I kept it A-low. Hey ho, A-low, you heard? Swishy on top, A-low hat. Good VO frames, light muzzle on the water. Keep it bussin'. Now, let's get into some weather. As you can see, yesterday was cool, it was in the 60s. Today, same thing. The rest of the week looks a little bit rainy. So today would be about 66, drop it back to the 50s. Tomorrow we'd be about 68, drop it down to the 50s, but the rain starts. Baby girl, I know you've been getting some good weather days. This is not the time for that. Don't show out, no wrestling suits, no open-toe sandals. Put some galoshes on. Cover up. It's gonna be a rainy week. You heard? As we go into Thursday, it'll be 64. Drop it down to the 50s. But guess what? Some more rain. Homeboy, don't you dare put them Air Forces on. Them things running around soggy. Your feet gonna smell like wet rug. That's not a good combo if you're trying to get some action. Now, Friday don't get no better. Be about 62. Drop it down about 58. But it's more rain. So, very wet week. If I was you, I'd try to stay dry and stay high. Side note, stop playing with us. Now let's see what's going on in other areas and terrains. Let's go over to see what's going on in Philly. Well, we know what's going on in Philly. They're gonna need an umbrella and a broom because they already got sweep. Now the rain about to wash their ass away. I'm just saying. I'm only telling you what's going on. Let's go Knicks. Hoo-hoo! You heard? We owed y'all that. Stop playing with us. Y'all be in the 70s, rain on your head, try to stay dry. Bring a broom with you. I don't know if that's gonna cover up from the rain. Drop it down to the 50s. Be cool, Philly. I'm gonna bring a broom with me everywhere I go this week. Sweep your lawn right on up out of here. Now, let's see what's going on in Oklahoma. 80s. Pretty hot out there. They drop it down to the 60s. Baby girl time to bust out them wrestling suits, them two-piece bikinis, open-toe sandals, get your hair did. You're looking like it's good weather. As we go into Cleveland, not so much. The country is a bit rainy this week. Cleveland, you'll be in the 60s, drop it down to the 50s with a lot of rain and clear it out. A little rain and clear it out. And that's all I got for you today. But don't go nowhere. You know, I will be back. We have come to that time of the show. Before we go, let me explain the rules. You gotta stay high, you gotta stay fly, you gotta stay dry. You gotta get the drip right so you don't slip right. I see you. Same black time, same black channel, which is the IFC News. Brought to you by Playmaker. Anything else will be uncivilized. I'll catch you next time. You heard? Pow.
That's our episode for today, brought to you by Playmaker. To stay up to date with what's happening around the world and in the culture, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you back here for another episode of IFC News.
Weatherman with that money, I make it rain on 'em. Weatherman with that paper, I make it rain on 'em. I make it rain on 'em. I make it